On Monday night, Marc-Andre Fleury faced the second highest scoring team in the NHL. Tonight, he faces the highest scoring team in the league, led by the league's leading scorer, as the Pittsburgh Penguins visit Jaromir Jagr, Max Talbot, and the Philadelphia Flyers. Hello again, everybody. Along with Bob Airy, I'm Paul Steigerwald. Welcome to the city of brotherly love. The Penguins without the services of Sidney Crosby, who says, and I quote, "I want to be smart with this."
Well, discretion is the better part of valor. And for Sidney Crosby, the Penguins have learned to play without him over the last couple of years, and they're going to have to do that again tonight. And it's really going to have to come from their stars, I believe. You look at Evgeny Malkin right away. Again, he suffered a big hit the other night by Payet. He's got 43 points in 30 career games against the Flyers. He will be rocking and rolling tonight. He has to be. And Jordan Staal has to, again, elevate his game like he did when Crosby was out of the lineup to start this year, where he produced a lot of goals. As a matter of fact, 12, but he's got 0 points in his last 4 games.
During the offseason, the Philadelphia Flyers traded Jeff Carter and Mike Richards because they really believed that Claude Giroux was ready to take over as their top offensive player. Right now, he's leading the league in scoring.
Well, yeah, and they're scoring big goals, too. He scored big ones against the Penguins last year, 3 game winners against the Pens last year, 5 this year. He's got 36 points to lead the National Hockey League. He can pull up like Gretzky. Jagr calls him Little and You. Holy moly, give him the MVP already. Why not?
Last night, the Flyers came from behind to beat the Buffalo Sabres, and Max Talbot and Jaromir Jagr figure big in that win for the Flyers.
Yeah, they really did, Stag. They figured big in the Penguins Stanley Cup success, haven't they? Max Talbot, most recently, with those 2 big goals in a Game 7, 14 career playoff goals as a Penguin, and of course, Jaromir Jagr, over 1,000 points in 11 years as a Penguin, is now a Flyer.
Brooks Orpik did a pretty good job against Jaromir Jagr when he played for the New York Rangers. It'll be interesting to see how much he can get out there against him tonight here on the road. Dan Potash visits with Orpik in just a moment. Pens and Flyers coming up. Talking about pass to the three, short-handed, in on Backstrom, backhand shot, score!
It's round 1 between the Penguins and Flyers here on Root Sports, and Brooks, there'll be a new chapter written in this rivalry tonight as you face Max Talbot on the other side. That'll take a little getting used to this evening?
A little bit. It's a little funny seeing him out here at Warmhouse, but I'm sure once the game gets going, it won't be that weird for us. Maybe a little bit weird for him, but he's a competitive guy. I'm sure that'll disappear pretty quick.
The Flyers have the NHL's leading scorer as one scoring threat, but there are several other guys on that top line you have to look out for tonight. How do you slow them down?
Yeah, just limit the turnovers, because obviously Giroux makes that line go, but Jagr and Hartnell have been really, really good for him. So just limit turnovers, and penalties are huge. The power plays are really good, so stay out of the box.
Brooks, thank you very much.
Anytime.
For more on tonight's game, let's set it upstairs.
All right, thank you very much, Dan. And speaking of Dan, how about Dan Bilesman's lineup here tonight, brought to you by Toyota?
Now they're going to shake things up a little bit. Up top, Malkin, Sullivan, and Neal, they're going to stay together. But the second line is going to be a little bit different, and this line is going to start the game. Jordan Staal, Kunitz on the left, Tyler Kennedy on the right. Of course, no Sidney Crosby tonight. You got Joe Vitale, the third line center with Cook, and Pascal Dupuis sliding into that spot on the right wing. And there's Steve McIntyre back off injured reserve with Craig Adams and former Philadelphia Flyer Aaron Ashe, who played 150 games in a Flyer uniform. Brooks Orpik and Matt Niskanen are paired up. Paul Martin with Simone Dupré and Alexander Picard, who was drafted by the Philadelphia Flyers in 2003 with Robert Bortuzzo.
The Penguins have won 7 of their last 8 games here in Philadelphia. Can they keep it going? They'd love to derail the Flyers here tonight. It's the Pens and the Flyers coming up shortly.
Right winger Jean Pronovost was one of the Pens' top producers and their most consistent performer for 10 years between 1968 and 78. Although he's best remembered as a member of the Century line with Syl Apps and Lowell McDonald, Pronovost produced regardless of his line mates, 4 times scoring 40 or more goals in the season, including a career-best 52 and 75-76. He scored 391 goals in 14 seasons and was inducted into the Pens Hall of Fame in 1992 and is in the Penguins Ring of Honor.
shot by Dirk. Should have glove save made by Fleury. He got run over in front of the net.
First stop of the game.
Penguins hockey on Root Sports is brought to you by the new 2012 Toyota Camry. It's ready. Are you? By McDonald's. I'm loving it.
And by your Western PA Chevy dealers.
Philadelphia Flyers winning on the road last night, have the best road record in the NHL at 10-3-1. Not as tough here on their home ice at 6-4-2. The Penguins check in with a road record of 8-6-2, 16-8-4 overall, and 36 points to lead the league. And Marc-Andre Fleury gets the call again tonight. He's our Kia starting goaltender.
And he does indeed lead the league, tied atop with 14 wins. And there's his career numbers against the Flyers. Spectacular, 20-10, the most against any opponent in terms of 20 victories. And Hyundai starting goaltender, well, they signed him to a big 5-year deal in the offseason. And Ilya Bryzgalov comes over from Phoenix, and he is supposed to be the stopper.
We're given the wrong referees on our sheet, so we'll wait and see who they are. But they're not apparently who they say they are, Dennis Leroux and Don Van Massenhoven. So we'll wait to find out who they officially are.
Well, that is Van Massenhoven down there wearing the number 21.
By the way, the Minnesota Wild lead the NHL in points with 39. I want to correct that. The Penguins lead the conference with 36, and the Flyers can move ahead of them here tonight with a win. The Penguins want to maintain that position. Jordan Staal with the puck, drops it off, and it's gunned wide of the goal by Chris Kunitz. Now on the near wall, taken by Kunitz. Talbot trying to get it away from him. Kunitz moves it to Paul Martin. His shot sticked away. And Talbot had a stick on it, but now Kunitz works it to the corner to Jordan Staal. For Paul Martin rotating in. Now to Kunitz a drive, and Bryzgalov makes the save. Bryzgalov in goal last night in the win over the Buffalo Sabres. The Flyers were down 3-0 in that game. Max Talbot scored a huge goal at the end of the first period. Here's a shot now by Niskanen, and that's blocked in front. And Van Riemsdyk carries it back now for Philadelphia. Talbot with the center drive as Van Riemsdyk's shot goes off the stick of Matt Niskanen. Around now for Neal. One-touch pass sends Kunitz to center. This pass off the back of the skate of Niskanen. And Kunitz needs to get off the ice in any case for a change here as Neal works it back into the corner. Bertuzzo sent it up to center ice. It'll slide up into the Flyer zone. And here's Jaromir Jagr touching the puck for the first time in a Flyer uniform against his old club, the Pittsburgh Penguins. The puck to the corner. Steve Sullivan after it.
And just turns the puck over already with a good forecheck by James Neal on Jaromir Jagr.
Jagr with Hartnell and Claude Giroux. Bertuzzo to the puck. Jagr tries to take it away from him. Bertuzzo working hard. Falls down, puck up the wall. Claude Giroux sends it back to the corner. Bertuzzo there, around for Brooks Orpik, but it will come to Evgeny Malkin.
And Hartnell just hog-tied. Bertuzzo went down. Should have been a penalty early in this hockey game, but refs letting him play.
Here's Sullivan down the wing. Bumped hard by Andre Mazzaros. Sullivan keeps on working behind the net. Now it's taken by Kevin Marshall. And the young defenseman sent it out on left wing to Hartnell. His rink-wide pass now fed to Wayne Simmons. Giroux went to the bench after passing the puck to Simmons, and the Penguins clear at the center. Briere bounces into the Penguin zone, but still the Flyers hadn't cleared the zone. An offside is called. It'll be a face-off in center ice as we look at Bob Aries' Rivers Casino tips to win.
Okay, I'll take credit for them for sure. I did come up with these ones. No friends on the ice. You know, Max Talbot, you talked to him after the game, and Jagr, give it to him as much as you can out there. Stars must shine for the Penguins, and Malkin and Staal, and the Pens power play has got to be sharp. It has been sharp in this building, and they've scored in 22 of 24 in Philadelphia. And I think they're going to have to be huge tonight in this game.
The Flyers, Rangers, and Capitals all did well against the Penguins last year in Eastern Conference play. The Flyers were 4-1-1 against the Penguins last season. Now Paul Martin takes it in his own zone and banks it ahead, and it's broken up by Matt Carl, who threw it wink ride. And over to get it is Dupre against Wayne Simmons. The Flyers steal the puck. Pushed to the side of the net by Briere. Fleury scrambling out of the net is able to freeze it. And it'll be a face-off in the Penguin zone.
Well, the Jack Adams Award winner last year, Dan Bilesma, shook it up here a little bit in this game. The absence of Crosby. He puts Kunitz with Stahl and Kennedy, and he'll look for the right combinations here in Philadelphia. The Penguins have had some success in Philadelphia over the years, although they're 1-4 in their last 5 here.
Penguins scored only 9 goals in their last 4 games, and they'd like to get some pucks behind Ilya Bryzgalov here tonight. If things hold true for the Flyers, they're a good goal-scoring team. They're averaging 3.58 goals per game. That's tops in the league. They've got 93 goals to lead the NHL, even though they're a team that has played only 26 games. This is their 27th game of the season, one of the lower numbers in the league. Shot to the net taken by Harry Zolnarchuk, and it's stopped by Marc-Andre Fleury, and he holds on.
Yeah, and Laviolette's got the reins here in Philadelphia. He's a Jack Adams finalist. But you take a look at what he's got. He's got a lot of offense, as you mentioned. Their goals against is 19th. They're relying on Bryzgalov. They played last night in Buffalo, and I thought Bryzgalov was going to get the night off for Sergei Bobrovsky, but Bryzgalov, they brought him in for games like this in the division, and they want to see how he performs against the Penguins.
Penguins come to the Flyer line. Stahl swings wide, goes left wing, and a slap shot taken by Aaron Asham is stopped by Bryzgalov. Into the near side, taken by Hartnell. Scott Hartnell off to a good start this year. Has 12 goals playing on that top line with Giroux and Jágr. And right now you can say they're the best line in the NHL because they've got the leading scorer in Giroux in the middle with 36 points, and he's got the puck right now. He's got such quick hands and quick feet and great vision, and he competes really hard. And he's also a versatile player.
A lot of power play goals on that line, and that includes Hartnell's 6 power play goals. That's a penalty, is it not? Yes, against the Flyers for shooting it over the glass. But Sidney Crosby is not in the lineup for the Penguins. And in the last game Monday night, he took an elbow to the chops there in front. A lot of battles with Krejci, and then his own man Chris Kunitz ran into Sidney Crosby. And it was just it was a tough physical game, not just for Crosby, for a lot of Pittsburgh Penguins. And as you mentioned, he wants to be smart about things.
He had a slight headache after practice yesterday, and he said it's been a long road back, and we want to err on the side of caution. I've taken some good hits over the past few weeks, and I'm happy with the way I have responded to that. So Sid just taking care of business here, and hopefully everything is going to be okay next week. Here's Niskanen with it now on the power play. Backhand shot blocked in front of the net and cleared.
And Dupuis is playing the point on the power play here for the Penguins. Pascal Dupuis gets a shot on this power play with Matt Niskanen. You know he can shoot the puck. He played defense in junior, and look at him lugging it.
Stahl takes it. He's playing with such confidence, Dupuis, with 8 goals this year, 21 points. Kennedy trying to dish it off to Dupuis. Good play to take it away from Talbot. Tees it up, fakes the shot, lets it go, and it's off the side of the goal. Up the near wall, Matt Reed, the rookie out of Bemidji State, sends the puck down the ice on the penalty kill.
Yeah, and he had a breakaway from here to, I don't even know, what is it, the Bronx Street Bullies or the Broad Street Bullies? Yeah, sorry, the Broad Street. So Broad Street's right around here somewhere, Staggy, and that's how far he was gone, Matt Reed.
Penguins steal again. Cook in front, shot. Good save by Bryzgalov on Malkin.
Oh boy, it looked like he got the stick, the wood above the blocker on that. Just the sound of it.
Malkin takes it now around Mazzaros on his backhand. The Penguins would love to get the first goal here in Philly. Martin's shot is blocked down in front by Mazzaros, and he's able to clear. The Penguins have not been able to score the first goal. They scored first in only 1 of their last 13 here, and yet they've been very successful here. So they've been able to overcome allowing the first goal and love to get the first goal here against the Flyers in this one on the power play. But 18 seconds to go on the penalty to Kevin Marshall for shooting the puck out of play and delay a game.
Timonen almost shot it out there, high off the glass.
Flyers now shorthanded, making something happen. Timonen brings it in deep. Centers, quick shot, and Fleury made a good save there. Another opportunity and a one-timer by Talbot is stopped. Talbot gets it back and fans on it. Now Giroux over to try to play the puck. He and Orpik collide. And Giroux spun off that check of Brooks Orpik. Penalty's over. Malkin gets control of it. Sends it up the boards out of the reach of Asham and down the ice.
Boy, that Claude Giroux already very visible in this hockey game. Played a lot of minutes last night, and the crowd are on their feet. That was a good shift by Claude Giroux. And another shorthanded. He scored shorthanded last year against the Penguins. There's the first opportunity by Giroux, but he's so good at controlling the puck. He's got great vision. He's doing it all right now. This is Malkin's chance on the short side. Boy, it looked like it might have clipped the goalpost to that right side of Bryzgalov. Brzgalov just getting over to try to shut it down.
And Riemsdyk centers one. It goes right to James Neal. And out on right wing now to Aaron Asham. Around Carl. Carl lost his stick. Asham kept going. And protects the puck in behind the net for Adams. Adams races over to get there first against Briere. Good play by Adams. Works it down low for Joe Vitale. Vitale back to Craig Adams. Out to the point now. Orpik's shot. And blocked down in front. Not clear. Turning shot by Asham off the outside, or by Vitale off the outside of the net. And now the Flyers come to center. Van Riemsdyk crisscrossing with Briere, who shoots the puck. Oh, it goes in. It went off a leg into the net. Talk about a lucky bounce.
Yeah, looked like it went off Brooks Orpik, who had his man going to the net. Danny Briere just turns around and fires one of those 1 in a million, one of those hoper shots, and it finds a skate or a leg and goes in right behind Marc-Andre Fleury. What a break for the Philadelphia Flyers. There it is, off Brooks Orpik's skate and in behind Marc-Andre Fleury. Shot, one skate, two skates. Boy, that carried him a couple of times. I think it did 41. Bortuzzo first, then Brooks Orpik, and in behind Marc-Andre Fleury. You couldn't have accomplished that in a million years again. And then a bunch of combatants going at it after the goal, Van Riemsdyk and Brooks Orpik.
Orpik just took him right to the end boards. Well, Briere had gone 5 games without a goal, so he'll take that one for sure. That's his 8th of the year.
Yeah, he didn't play much last night in Buffalo against his old team, but on the board here early on the Flyers' 5th shot of the game against 3 for the Penguins, and the Flyers have scored the first goal now in 9 of the last 11 games against the Pittsburgh Penguins, and Philadelphia is 11-3-3 when they score first.
Marc-Andre Bourdon moves the puck ahead. Hartnell takes it, shoots it off the glove of Fleury. Giroux after it, a turning shot blocked. He gets it back. Giroux centers. Hartnell there, and he couldn't finish the play. He had a layup, and he couldn't bury it behind Fleury. Looked like the puck was stuck to his stick like Velcro. Now to the center ice it comes, and it'll be taken by Bortuzzo. He turns it over in the neutral zone. You can't do that against the Flyers. Got to be careful not to turn the puck over. Last night, every goal that was scored, it seemed, was off a turnover by the Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah, and Brooks Orpik talking to Dan Potash mentioned exactly that. And boy, Hartnell cannot miss a chance like that. You get a chance to put a nail in that coffin, and to look now for the Penguins to come back. I keep thinking about that big save Fleury made on Carter a couple of years back in the playoffs that turned things, and maybe that missed opportunity will turn the Penguins' fortunes.
Well, the Flyers get a lucky bounce, and then Hartnell can't finish a play where it looked like he had an empty net. Now Lazzaros with it.
Guess who fed him? Giroux.
Oh, I know. He's scary right now. You mean Yager calls him Mini Lemieux, and the first when I heard that, I thought, that's a bit of an exaggeration. But now that seeing him play, I can see why he says that. It's a great compliment, obviously. Now here's Sullivan up the left wing.
Still an exaggeration.
Well, he's mini, so I guess it's okay.
A mini exaggeration.
Puck squirts out. Ronaldo couldn't take it. Dropped by Sullivan to Martin, whose shot just whistles wide of the net off a stick. Neal over to play the puck. Bumped by Mazzaro, sent it in the corner for Sullivan. And he centers one. And Brzgalov just sets it up. Brzgalov signed to a 9-year deal by the Philadelphia Flyers. He's got a save percentage of under 900 right now at .897. 31 years old.
I know he makes $10 million next year. I didn't see what he makes this year. That's a lot of coin.
Now Talbot battling his way to the corner against Niskanen. Bumps Niskanen, glove on the ice. That's Niskanen's glove. Talbot. Niskanen bumps him into the boards so that Martin can take the puck. Good work by Matt Niskanen, and then Martin's pass picked off. Voracek's shot. Good save by Fleury. He got out to take the angle away. Bringing it in deep now is Bourdon. Flyer defenseman. Stripped of the puck. Held in though. Voracek takes it. And Riemsdyk goes to the front of the net. Talbot looking strong on the puck right now for the Flyers. Works into the corner to Voracek. Good cycling. And there goes Bourdon again, forcing it behind the net for Van Riemsdyk. Out now to Matt Carl. His shot And that hit Talbot. It was knocked down on the play by Joe Vitale. And Vitale can't get it out. Carl's got it. Carl closes in. Carl carries in deep. And the Flyers borrowing a page from the Penguins book right now. Offensive zone pressure. Then puck control. Van Riemsdyk in front. Talbot. Fleury went down to make the save. And Dupuis can't get it out.
Still, Fleury's got a broken stick.
Bourdon behind the net for Voracek. An incredibly long sequence of puck possession here for the Philadelphia Flyers.
Oh boy, what do you do if you ice it? You got to stay out there.
Bourdon again to Van Riemsdyk behind the net. Now to Voracek. Centers. And it's cleared away. And finally, Dupuis does ice the puck, and he will have to stay on.
So do you call your timeout right now after that shift? Talbot, JVR, Van Riemsdyk, Voracek, and the Flyers talking to their people. They said that Voracek is a great puck possession guy. You saw with Talbot, the defense help out. You know, Van Riemsdyk is a big boy, and already Dan Baltz's got to use his timeout. We're only halfway through the first period.
And this gives us a chance to talk about our great giveaway. It's a great gift giveaway. It's back. It starts right now. 3 periods, 3 big winners. Text the keyword North Pole to 412-412 during this period for your chance to win a 50-inch HD TV from H.H. Gregg and a Penguins autographed James Neal jersey. The first period winner will be announced during the first intermission. Stay tuned for more chances to win big during the hockey game. Standard message and data rates may apply.
Well, that was not good. I mean, it started with a turnover by Martin in the defensive zone. And Martin's been playing some great hockey over the last 3 games. But he turned it over, and what made it even worse was that Matt Niskanen assumed the Penguins had puck possession. He was over picking up a glove in the corner to the right of Marc-Andre Fleury, right when the puck was turned over. And Voracek walked right in. So Marc-Andre Fleury holding the fort. We saw the missed opportunity by Hartnell. It's only 1-0. And the Penguins still only 1 goal down. The shots are 8-3 Philadelphia.
Vitale takes the face-off.
I remember
Briere and won the draw.
Sorry, I remember every time. Remember how it used to be you went into the spectrum? All you want to do was kill the first 5 minutes. You remember how strong they used to come out, that we always used to say, the first 5 minutes, just keep yourself in the game.
And amazingly, it was the Penguins who I thought were carrying the play a little bit early. They ended up drawing a penalty. It was a delay of game penalty, but nevertheless, they were on the power play. They registered only 1 shot with a man advantage. Flyers killed it, a little momentum, and then got a lucky bounce and now lead 1-0. And that last shift was really something to behold. And now Jordan Staal with it. I mean, the Penguins have a rule. How many seconds do they want to be in their own end, Bob?
8. Get out of there.
Well, they were in there. It seemed like they were in there for 8 minutes on that particular sequence. Now Reed with it, swinging wide. Orpik with a hip check. Kunitz follows on. Simmons, physical player, centers off the skate of Briere. Briere went down. He got tripped up somehow. Penguins come back on a 3-on-2. Staal with it. Bortuzzo goes to the front of the net. Kennedy holds it, shoots it. Brizgalov got a right pad on that again. Kennedy doing what he did the other night against the Bruins, kind of changing that shooting angle, and he almost sneaked one in. Now Staal behind the net. Kennedy had 8 shots against the Bruins the other night. He's not scored in 5 games. He's come so close. Here's Briere with it. Wheels it to the net, and Fleury makes the save.
He almost got another bounce. Briere didn't play much last night, and he just got toppled by Brooks Orpik.
Here goes Malkin with Sullivan. Gino cuts it to the middle, closing in, poke checked. And Giroux gets control of the puck. Claude Giroux gave it right to Evgeny Malkin. Malkin, again, trying to drive to the net. And the Flyers just knock it off his stick back to center. Taken by Brooks Orpik. Back out to Malkin. Looks right wing for Neal. Stepping up was Hartnell. And it's sent back to center where former Flyer, in fact original Flyer, Alex Picard moves it along. Taken the 3rd round in 03 by Philadelphia. Alexander Picard, the Penguin defenseman. Now Malkin takes the body, but the puck up the wall. Can Orpik keep it in? Flyers get it to center ice. Jaromir Jagr winds it up. Here he comes into the Penguin zone. Jagr trying to run the gauntlet. Draws a penalty. Centers. And the Penguins are going to get control here. And that will stop play with 7:19 to go in the first period. The Flyers will get their first power play compliments of Jaromir Jagr.
Well, he got one last night. He's got 9 on the year. 1-0 here. Philadelphia holds the advantage. They're on the power play right now. And their Penguins interrupted. Brought to you by UPMC Sports Medicine. Sidney Crosby is out, as well as Letang, McCulloch, Englund, Lovejoy, and Straight. Richard Park and Dustin Jeffrey on a slight setback with his knee. 134 total man games lost to injury for Pittsburgh.
Flyers on the power play, and they've been pretty good on the power play. They only had one opportunity last night against the Sabres. They've had 2 3-goal games this year with a man advantage. Several multiple goal games this season. 7 of them with the man advantage. They're ranked 6th in the NHL, and Yager's been a big reason for that. But Sorpik able to find the opening and make sure he got it all the way down the length of the ice.
Well, Yager not on the ice right now. You do have Hartnell, Reed, and Briere up front for the Flyers.
And we also have Carl and Van Riemsdyk as Briere comes ahead. Carl takes the pass, backhand shot, and a paddle stop made by Fleury. The Penguins didn't get it out, held in again. Briere takes it. Carl with it. Back to Danny Briere. He's always been a good power play specialist. Right on the goal line. Reed centers off the skate, and another shot by Hartnell went wide. Now Stahl to the puck, and he'll chip it out to the line. The Penguins have had a tough time getting the puck out here at times, but finally they get it to center, and here comes Stahl with Matt Cook. 2-on-4. Stahl trying to make that power move. Takes it to the corner. He got hit hard by Hartnell. It's going to be a penalty. Did he trip him there?
Yeah, it was like the trip or the knee that came out. Hartnell's going to looking at. Yeah, that's what you got to do. Get in his face. You can't have a guy go over there and start mocking you when you're sitting on the ground. Hartnell thinking he runs the roost right now. He's having one great season. Doesn't mean you have to do what he did there. You take the penalty, you go to the box. That's the way men play against men. And look at that. He got his leg out, kind of the bottom, the shin. And that was just a cheap shot by Hartnell.
Yes, it was.
And this Marc-Andre Fleury makes a big save on Hartnell, I think, right in front. There it is, right there. He didn't even see it. I mean, it wasn't intended. It was intended for Briere, the original pass. Went right to the stick of Hartnell. I already mentioned, Hartnell's got 6 goals. He's a +14. He's having a good season so far. That wasn't a smart play against Jordan Stahl, and Stahl feeling the effects of that.
Fleury just got a sliver of that shot.
Boy, he's got a sliver of a few shots in this hockey game already, and the Penguins are fortunate with 11 Flyer shots. I mean, the one was a lucky goal by Briere, and they missed a couple others.
11 shots for Philadelphia. Hartnell's in the box, so it's 4-on-4 hockey and a chance for the Penguins to get back to even terms with the Flyers, but Yager comes into the attacking zone. Who was passed to the right side for Giroux. He couldn't take that pass cleanly. Now he throws it to the front of the net off a Penguin, and the Penguins bounce back. Here's Kennedy shooting, and Brizgal out the save.
Penalty here. The Penguins drew another penalty. Vitale leading the club with 10 drawn penalties on the season here, drawing this one with the center drive.
So the Penguins will have a power play, and then ultimately a 5-on-3. We'll be back in a moment. Yes, another 5-on-3 coming up for the Penguins shortly.
It's Resources telestrator, and you're going to see Vitale right there, and watch the center drive. He's going to go against Claude Giroux, the league leader with 36 points. There's a stick. He feels it, and down he goes, and the Penguins with a 4-on-3 shortly to be a 5-on-3, and Sullivan's coming out of this box. I think it's 10 seconds.
So the Penguins can get one very quickly here. Here's Timonen over to play it, trying to get it out, and he does force it back to center. Look out. Timonen coming ahead. He's got Talbot. Talbot can't get the shot away because it was a bouncing puck. But now Timonen takes control of it and shoots it back to the front of the net, and Fleury, with Talbot right there in front of him, is able to corral the puck.
That should never happen. You should never be able to get a chance like that on a 5-on-3. You have 5 guys against 3. Max Talbot with a 10-bell opportunity and a 12-bell save for Marc-Andre Fleury. I mean, that was incredible. There's no possible way you can allow that opportunity after you just allowed a 2-on-1 against. That can't happen. You need a little more focus, a little more focus. That's exactly what you need. Come on.
Here's Sullivan to center. He tried to go to the middle to Kunitz, and an offside play against the Penguins on this 5-on-3. It's a UPMC Sports Medicine power play, and as Bob pointed out tonight with Stan Savran before the game, Penguins were using Aaron Asham today on the 5-on-3s in practice, and he's on the ice right now with Kunitz and Malkin and Neal along with Sullivan.
I wasn't sure where to line up. Was Asham in the neutral zone there because Neal was already on the right wing, Kunitz on the left. And that's one of the reasons why Talbot got open there, is because Aaron Asham was back in front of the goaltender. It was kind of a little bit of an indecision on who was playing defense.
So it's all forwards.
Yeah.
And Kunitz with it now. Bumped in the corner. Malkin takes it. Over to Sullivan. Receives the pass. Back to Gino. Shot easily blocked and cleared by Talbot. He broke his stick trying to clear it. Neal's got it now. Neal to the slot. Poked away, but right out to Malkin. Malkin holds it. Sullivan has the gun cocked. Shot by Neal and a save made by Brzgalov.
It's 5 on 2.5 right now. The Penguins have to take the puck to Talbot. He has no stick.
Shot by Asham off the heel of a stick, but it stays with the Penguins. Malkin with it. Malkin shoots it wide. Oh, the rebound fanned on by Asham, but out to Sullivan. Sullivan look for Neal, and Talbot just got a piece of that pass coming through, and now
Kunitz is going to take a penalty for cross-check here, and Timonen was without a stick too. And that's so unfortunate. They had one flyer out there with a stick, and the Penguins took a penalty on the play. Malkin made the one good play, went right to Talbot without a stick. And here's Kunitz. Look, Timonen no stick, Talbot no stick, and you just when you're off just a little bit in your mind, in your process, yeah. And the reason why the referee is going to call that, because what he did is he gave the Penguins a 5-on-3 when Vitale went down rather gingerly. And you have to know when you have players out there, and of course with no stick, Timonen no stick, Talbot no stick, they're on a 5-on-3, you cannot put the referee in any position whatsoever to make a call, and that's what happened there.
Paul Martin to the puck. 4 Penguins, 4 Flyers. Oh, a collision between Niskanen and Kennedy. And the Flyers end up with a puck. Carl's shot up high, and Fleury corrals it against his chest and holds on to it.
Well, we saw that Kunitz and Crosby last game. We just saw it this, and get your legs, boys. You're still in it.
The great gift giveaway is underway. Text the keyword North Pole to 412-412 for your chance to win a 50-inch HD TV and autographed James Neal jersey. Stay tuned during the second period for your next chance to win. Standard message and data rates may apply.
Well, I thought the great gift giveaway was last night when Nathan Gerbe, the Sabres just went up 3-0. He gives the puck away coming out of his own blue line with 5 seconds left. Max Talbot scores with 1 second left in the first period. It's 3-1 Philly. They go on to win the game. That was a great gift giveaway.
It was a classic Talbot goal, the kind of goals he scored when he was in Pittsburgh. It means more than just the one up on the board. It has a symbolic nature to it. And you just knew when he scored the goal that it was a turnaround goal for the Philadelphia Flyers in that game. It was just one of those goals that Talbot scores. He's been good here in the first period, too. Carl with it. Cross ice. Pizarro's guns one wide of the goal. Taken now by Niskanen. And he'll lift it out into the middle. Reaching forward and getting it is Dupuis with Stahl. Dupuis fans on the shot, and Pizarro's takes it away. Ahead to Van Riemsdyk. James Van Riemsdyk ahead of Briere. Back for Van Riemsdyk. Comes right to Carl. Carl sets it up now for Giroux. He finds the open man and a shot wide of the goal. And that's an example of what Giroux can do, how he sees the ice.
That was actually Timonen on that right point there.
Yeah, and he's got it again now. Timonen holds it. Drops it off. Giroux with it. Shoots it. Just missed the goal. Kind of dangled for a moment. Now Timonen again just lifts it up to the glove of Marc-Andre Fleury.
He's got a little more patience than the average bear, doesn't he, Giroux? He just holds it. He can hold it. He can make a slick play through traffic. Great vision, doesn't he? And I mentioned Talbot last night. He's got 7 on the season. There's the turnover by Gerbe. It goes the other way. Max Talbot scores with a second left in the first period. And that was that. I mean, they came all the way back and ended up winning it on a Giroux goal in overtime.
Giroux scoring the game-winning goal for the 3rd consecutive game. He's got it again now on the near side on the power play. Shot down low and a save made by Fleury on Simmons with a glove right along the ice.
It's got to be Marc-Andre Fleury. 13 saves already. Let's take a look at our barrel leaders. Most games played as a member of the Pittsburgh Penguins. There you see Brooks Orpik. And on the 10 hole, and there's Yager in number 2.
Who's number 8?
I don't know. They traded me they got rid of me right before I was going to catch Burrows, for crying out loud. Maybe Burrows made the call.
Well, yeah, they had a chance to get you past them if they'd have just let you make the team when you tried out again back in '99. There's a puck cleared by Orpik down the ice. Of course, then if you'd made the team, Bob, who knows, you might never become a broadcaster, because that was your chance to jump into the radio booth.
I would have been yelling on somebody on the ice anyway.
There goes Yager on the power play. 8 seconds to go on the penalty. Drops it off. And it's taken by Giroux again. Holds it for Yager. Out now to Coburn. Back over to the man on the half wall, Yager, and that's where he loves to play. Out of the box comes Kunis to take the puck. And he's able to move it to the Flyer line and no further. They send it to the Penguin zone. And taken there by Alex Picard. Ahead now for Cook. Nice play to bank it off the boards to Kunis down the wing. Kunis drops it off. Quick shot by Malkin. Didn't get a lot on it. And the stick save made by Brizgalov.
Well, he tried to wrist it instead of slap it, and it rolled. The spinning puck, it rolled off the heel of the stick, so not a lot on it at all. But it was a good quick release, a good try by Malkin. Normally he would slap shot that puck and kind of just hit it in one motion instead of kind of wristing it there, absorbing the pass, if you will, and then wristing it to the Brizgalov.
Well, the team's enjoying power play opportunities here in the first period, but it's been a lucky bounce that found got the puck into the net. Here's Mazzara shooting. It's blocked by Dupre, and he is able to bank it off the glass back into the Flyer zone. So all those opportunities, neither team could score on the power play.
And you got Picard, Dupre, and Bortuzzo in the game for the Penguins on defense, and it's tough against the #1 offensive team in the league.
Sullivan dumps it rink wide for Malkin. Back across the ice. Picard tees it up, shoots it, didn't get anything on it. In front of the net was Neal, creating traffic in front of Brizgalov, and now it's Malkin with it for the Penguins. Off to James Neal. Neal down the wing, shoots it, and a save made by Brizgalov on Neal, who's got only 1 goal in his last 6 games, but he's been firing pucks with regularity. Leads the league with at least 115 shots.
And banging bodies. You saw him do it against Chara the other night. I love the way he was able to match up against the big boy, and he's got the great speed. He's going to shoot the puck from every angle, as is Tyler Kennedy. Kennedy's already shot it a couple times in this game. And Tyler Kennedy had 8 shots in the last game against the Boston Bruins.
Minute 7 to go in this period. Stahl takes the face-off. Against Briere. Kennedy's backhander was blocked. Taken by Kunis now. Brings it up high and then forces Niskanen back to center ice, who dumps it into the Flyer zone. Brizgalov can't stop it. Briere takes it. He's the goal scorer here in the first period for Philadelphia. A fluky goal. The flurry is made.
Of course, Malkin turned into Paille, who was coming at him hard the other night. And boy, that collision, it just, every time I see it, the more I see it, I just shake my head and I feel blessed, and Malkin should feel blessed that he's able to get up from that. That was a high-speed collision. It really was, and he took it right on the face.
Dupuis will take the face-off here.
You know, you got to think about, remember when Kevin Stevens was hit by the visor of Rich Pilon. When you get hit by those kind of things, it's very strange. And look at Marc-Andre Fleury serving up some pancakes in his crease. Oh, they thought he was showboating the crowd. They're booing him. That was beautiful. Working in the kitchen. Take a look at Marc-Andre Fleury. There he is. Oh, boy. That is something.
Briere takes the draw against Vitale to the right of Fleury with 18.1 to go here in the first. Timonen has it now down the wall. Martin stays with him. Simmons centers, and it goes right to the Penguins. Matt Cook. Penguins have to hurry here. They can get a scoring chance. Here comes Orpik down the wall. And he's stripped of the puck by Matt Reed. Good play by the rookie, and he clears it down the ice. And that should do it here in the first period. So the Flyers outshoot the Penguins 15-8. And they really did borrow a page from the Penguins book in that first period. The Penguins like to be the team with the advantage in shots and the advantage in offensive zone time. But it really was just a lucky bounce that led to the goals. We look at our Fort Pitt Capital by the numbers first period recap.
Yeah, we got a long way to go. They're only down by 1 shot. 15 total by the Flyers there. 9-4 in the chances, and no power play goals. There was a lot of opportunities there as well, including a 5-on-3 once again for the Pens.
Pascal Dupuis visits with Dan Potash. Dan will have more on the Sidney Crosby situation. And we'll have highlights and analysis coming up. And don't forget the great gift giveaway, too. We'll announce the winner coming up. 1-0 Philadelphia. Taking out now to McDonald on edge. He gets it to the Tavares. Turning shot. Right there is the rebound is Molson. And Fleury refuses to allow him to score. There he is. Hit on goal. A shot. He scores. He gets it again. Closes in. Pulls the trigger. Score! Richard Kirk. A straight fan on him. It comes right back to Parento. Turning shot at Fleury. Blows that and holds on.
Marc-Andre Fleury, spectacular again here tonight.
Congratulations to Meredith of Pittsburgh, who's going to be wearing her Penguins autographed James Neal jersey while she watches Penguins hockey on Root Sports on her brand new 50-inch HD TV from H.H. Gregg. And our great gift giveaway, which will continue in the second period. H.H. Gregg lights up the holidays with incredible deals like a 37-inch LCD TV for an amazing $299. H.H. Gregg, we help. Jaromir Jagr wants to help on the power play in Philadelphia, something he didn't think he could really do in Pittsburgh, and that's probably the most sensible thing that came out of that whole soap opera was what Jagr said when he said, if I were playing in Pittsburgh where it's Sidney Crosby or Evgeny Malkin, both left-handed, I didn't think I would be able to play there. If I went to Detroit, Datsuk and Zetterberger left-handed, I don't think I would have a chance to play at all. And that was a very smart observation on the part of Jaromir Jagr, because the Penguins already have a logjam with Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin at times as to who plays that half wall over the years. Now you'd have three guys. Not that Dan Bilesman and his staff wouldn't have figured out a way to get Jagr involved, but he at least had the foresight to say that it might not have been a good fit on the power play, where he is really thriving here in Philadelphia playing that half wall.
And the better observation may have been the 3.3 that the Philadelphia Flyers offered him as opposed to under $2 million the Penguins offered. That might have been the biggest observation.
Well, obviously that was a big factor.
Yeah, no question.
But there wasn't a whole lot of analysis going on during that whole time, and Jagr was the one guy who did.
Yep.
And I agree with him, by the way. I think it would have been a problem. Here's Stahl with it now. $3 million or $2 million. Penguins trail 1-0. And Kennedy feeds it down the boards where it's taken by Van Riemsdyk. He shoots it right back to his own net where Brizgalov is able to make the save.
Did he mean to do that?
I don't know.
Let's take a look. Van Riemsdyk's got the puck. I'm not sure what he was doing. One of the craziest plays, and Brizgalov's got to be a little shaking his head a little bit too. Look at Craig Berube, the coach, is talking to Van Riemsdyk saying, you can't do that, man. You can't do that. That's exactly what he said.
Neal with a one-timer that's blocked up into the netting behind the Flyers' goal. Well, Dan Bilesma came to the bench very early at the end of the intermission. He was standing on the Penguins bench by himself quite a while before the team actually came out of the locker room and onto the ice.
Well, there's only so much you can say after a period like that, and sometimes you don't say anything as a coach. You just you stand back and you let the leaders in the dressing room figure it out.
Here's Giroux down the left wing, spins off the check of Sullivan, centers the puck. Jagr moves it back to Coburn. Coburn tees it up and shoots it off a leg. Comes to the near side where Sullivan will take it. Back in behind the net. Bortuzzo couldn't get there. Giroux had a stick on it for a moment. Now he swings it in behind the net. Hartnell got his stick on it. Now Bortuzzo bumps him from behind. Puck still up for grabs, and it's protected by Giroux. Out to Coburn. Coburn's shot deflected in on net. And a save made by Fleury, and James Neal gets control. Long lead pass beyond the reach of Sullivan. Coburn going back to get it. And it's an icing call against Pittsburgh.
And Hartnell with a good deflection in front of the net. A better save by Marc-Andre Fleury in his right pad. Well, there's Jaromir Jagr, always with two hands on the stick, gliding around the ice looking for opportunities. But this opportunity was a deflection by Hartnell.
Now Briere against Malkin, and Malkin wins the draw so that Brooks Orpik can send it up the boards, but racing over in front of Sullivan was Bourdon. And now into the corner where Orpik comes back to play the puck. Reed checking him. Simmons digging in there now, along with Malkin. 2-on-2 battle. Simmons comes off the wall with a puck, but it comes right to Sullivan, and back he comes for the Penguins. Simmons was holding up Neal. Malkin with the puck. The Neal, a shot. Save made by Brizgalov.
Boy, and Brzgalov really had to move, square up on Malkin, then move from right to left. And that shot was back against the grain. I'm not sure if it was going to hit the net or not. It certainly hit Brzgalov. As Neil tried to go against the grain on Brzgalov, moving from right to left.
Neil continues to shoot the puck, and you got to figure eventually it's going to go in again for him with only one in his last 6. Now off the draw, taken by Paul Martin. And behind to the near corner where Dupuis comes over to play it for the Penguins. Now back for Matt Cook. Cook, Vitale, and Dupuis. Vitale hunts the puck to the far boards and reverses it back for Matt Cook. Cook leaves it on the wall for Vitale. Dupuis in front of the net. There he is. A shot and a save made by Brzgalov. That was a good play by the Penguins to get the puck to the front of the goal with Dupuis right there in good position. Now Dupuis after the puck again. Getting there first, though, is Kevin Marshall. Out to Simmons, a collision behind the play. Cook went down and then took a stick while he was down from one of the Flyers as Dupre works in his own zone. Out in front of the net. Mazaros wants the puck. He doesn't get it. Reed shoots it. It's blocked. Dupre over to play it. The squirt's free for Paul Martin. Martin on his backhand. Simmons picks it off again. Boy, the Flyers have been in good position, and they've been making those Penguin clears turn into opportunities for them. And now it's taken by Dupuis again as he backhands it off the boards.
Big hit there by Ronaldo.
Paul Martin has control of the puck behind his own net.
So Matt Cook at one end and Ronaldo at the other end for the Flyers. And maybe this thing does have to heat up a little bit in that department. Get the Penguins really engaged.
Zach Ronaldo leads the league in penalty minutes with 89. He had 330 with the Flyers farm team in Adirondack. Down the left wing comes Adams. Adams backhand shot, bouncing puck, gloved by Brzgalov. McIntyre goes right to the front of the net and causes a little havoc.
Well, he's got a couple of Flyers right now, and
matchup of fourth lines.
You know we'd like to get engaged in this game. Let's do our AGH scratches here. Our Allegheny General Hospital scratches. Sidney Crosby, Richard Park, and Derek Engelland on that board tonight. And Dan Bilesman just thinking. You can see that thing spinning around. There's Matt Cook. At the last second, you could see the man just see that play Marshall at the last second, and there's that hit against the Penguins.
Adams on the faceoff. Penguins win it. Picard with a puck. Near side, Asham tries to feed it to the front of the net. McIntyre trying to get control of it. His stick was held up. Adams to the puck. Well, McIntyre drawing a penalty here. And Fleury goes to the bench. The whistle finally blows, and the Penguins will get a fourth power play opportunity.
Yeah, Marshall's going to go to the box, and McIntyre's the Penguins gain possession in the offensive zone with their fourth line. And they got ugly, and Dan Boswell wanted things to get a little bit ugly. A couple of big hits. He put it out McIntyre, Adams, and there's 46 holding the stick of 33 McIntyre.
It's a UPMC Sports Medicine power play. 6th game of the season for Kevin Marshall. The Flyers, of course, without Pronger on defense. They've had their share of injuries, not nearly as much as the Penguins, obviously.
Penguins need a power play goal. One of my Rivers Casinos tips tonight, Staggy. How about right now?
Sounds good to me. 4th chance for Pittsburgh. Neal in on the puck. He's got 7 power play goals. Goes out to Martin. Paul Martin to the right side. Gino controls it there. Kunitz to the front of the net. Martin's shot off a Flyer leg to the near side. Sullivan. Coburn hits him from behind. Flyers able to clear. I didn't think Giroux got it out, but Talbot carries it out now. And Malkin tried to take it away from him, lost his stick. Talbot went to center at the team, and then it goes deflecting all the way back into the Flyer zone, and Coburn going back to get it for Philadelphia. Ahead now to Giroux. And an offside call on the Flyers as Couturier was just ahead of the play. Text the keyword icicle to 412-412 during the second period for your chance on the great gift giveaway to win a 50-inch HD TV from H.H. Gregg and a Penguins autographed Evgeny Malkin jersey. Our winner will be announced during the second intermission. Keep watching for your next chance to win. Standard message and data rates may apply. Pascal Dupuis with it.
Malkin stays on the ice. Everybody else changes.
Dumped in. Carl to the puck. The rookie Couturier killing the penalty for the Flyers. Here's Niskanen's drive, and that one drifted just wide of the goal. Dupuis with it again. Now for Tyler Kennedy to Jordan Staal. Staal holds the puck with 38 seconds to go on this penalty. Malkin going to maintain possession here. Finds Dupuis at the point. Wrists it down low. Good read by Carl. He anticipated that pass intended for Staal. And then the clear. And Dupuis back to get it with 22 seconds to go on the penalty to Kevin Marshall. Staal will take control of it now. Staal wins his way through the neutral zone. Around Talbot. Strong on the puck against Timonen. Staal holding it, moving it to the right point. Niskanen dishes it off to Gino. Malkin shot it off a stick to the near side. Dupuis shot. Penalty over. Marshall on the ice. Niskanen's back as the puck goes the length of the rink, and Fleury will set it up for the Penguin defenseman, Matt Niskanen. A lead pass off the tape of Vitale right to Cook. And Asham was ahead of the play offside as the Penguins entered the Flyers zone. Penguins are 0 for 4 with a man advantage, and now 1 for their last 20.
Well, they're searching, and sometimes you can actually try too hard, if that makes any sense at all. You see Pascal Dupuis trying to get the puck up quickly. You see Jordan Staal trying to go 1-on-4, and sometimes it's just not happening. It's not flowing the way it should, and everybody's trying to do everything themselves, and they're working hard. But sometimes just a little more patience and working together provides a better result.
Simmons to the puck. He's a physical guy, and he has to play physically to be effective, which he's been doing a little bit more recently. He hasn't really put up much in the way of numbers so far, but Simmons is one of the guys the Flyers got in the offseason to try to improve their lot. We'll be back 1-0 Philadelphia here in the second.
Air provider.
The Flyers still with a 1-0 lead with 13:45 to go in the second period. Of course, we've talked a lot about Jaromir Jagr and Max Talbot playing against the Penguins tonight as members of the Flyers. Of course, Jagr has faced the Penguins before. Talbot getting his first look at them. There are his numbers. And of course, if you're going to talk about Talbot, you got to talk about the shush. Of course, this was the fight in the 2009 playoffs against Daniel Carcillo. And after the fight came one of the more famous moves, the shush move, as Talbot went to the box. Guys.
Well, nobody will forget the great things that Max Talbot did on and off the ice in Pittsburgh. Here's Giroux with it now. And the Flyers are going to get a power play.
Oh, look out, it might go in the net.
Yeah, it was heading back towards the empty net. It was the Flyers who shot that puck. If it goes in, it's a goal for the Penguins. Jagr has control of it now. You still have to be careful on your own end.
And Jagr drew the penalty.
And Giroux's got it. And the Penguins trying to get possession as the extra attacker was on in favor of the goaltender who had vacated the net. And now there will be a Flyer power play and the face-off coming up in the Penguin zone.
Asham trying to get into the face of one of the Flyers, Hartnell. And Jagr coming off the wall. How many times have you seen this? It was actually Jagr used his hand first to fend off Vitale and spin. And then Vitale gets... And you believe it was Vitale who got caught with his hand in the cookie jar? Yep. So you saw Jagr with the free hand to spin off, which is not legal. And then you saw Vitale with a hand trying to get back and prevent him from getting to the net.
Jagr has really been the guy who was kind of invented that, if you will, I thought. I mean, when he first came into the league, that spin move on the wall. And, of course, Sidney Crosby has also perfected that. And it's kind of fitting, I think, for the way the game is played today in the offensive zone, along the wall, be able to spin off a check like that. And notice Giroux has done a couple of those moves here tonight really well, spinning off of bodies. Now he fires one on the save made. It was Briere shooting on the far side. And Fleury making the save, and now Matt Reed with it. Back around behind the net where it's taken by Orpik. He tried to clear, and it will come to Dupuis. We'll carry it back now. Shorthanded for the Penguins to the right side and Staal. Back for Dupuis, and it jumps over a stick. Look at him. Dupuis just doggedly killing the penalty here, getting possession of the puck. Now Adams in after it. And Adams pokes it in deeper.
It'd be fun to have a guy like Dupuis on your team, wouldn't it? So versatile. Plays so many different roles. And well.
Now playing the point on the power play, too. Right now, though, his job to kill the penalty. As he went to the bench. Adams out here now, along with Cook They try to keep it going north, but the Flyers prevent that from happening. Still up for grabs in the neutral zone. Cook looks for the puck, does lift it inside the line. And good work by Adams and Cook. And Van Riemsdyk under a little pressure now. Spins away.
How many times have you seen the Penguins short-handed unit get them going in hockey games? Giroux staying with that puck. Oh yeah, Brooks Orpik getting it down hard, and they, sometimes the momentum has changed because of some great penalty kills over the years for the Penguins, and maybe this is one of those times.
Here comes Giroux. Good pass to the left side. Giroux takes a return pass in the corner. Timonen moves it down in the corner, and Bortuzzo eyes him. Timonen to Giroux. Jágr wants the puck. He's in the slot. Giroux holds it. Works it down low. Simmons, he tried to back hit it in front. Good play and a slide by Niskanen to prevent the pass from coming through. But Voracek with it in front. Score! Simmons right in the paint. And he directs it in on a power play goal for Philadelphia. Makes it 2-0.
Now the pass got through the top of the crease, and every time that happens, it's a bad thing for a penalty killing unit. Only the second shot of the period for the Philadelphia Flyers, 9 minutes in. But the Flyers make good as that puck goes through the box and back through to Simmons. Voracek waited an extra second. He knew he had his man, and Simmons strong on his right hand, strong on his stick. Marc-Andre Fleury challenging Voracek. He has to depend on the back door being covered. It wasn't. Simmons on the board, 2-0 Philadelphia. Too many passes through the box. Fleury's got a challenge, and Simmons is wide open on the back door.
Malkin with it now to Desprez. And Simon Desprez dumps it into the Flyers zone. Ronaldo fanned on it, but the Flyers have possession and bring it to center. And Coburn dumps it into the Penguin zone. Malkin able to get to the puck and dump it to open space where Picard tries to bring it out. Poked back to center by Desprez. And now Mazzaros ahead for Van Riemsdyk. We saw Alain Nasreddine here in the box during the intermission. He's one of the coaches down in Wilkes-Barre, and he was lamenting the loss of all their players up to Pittsburgh. And of course the Penguins are lamenting the loss of so many of their good players who are being replaced by Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. And the depth of the Penguins is certainly being tested, and you have to be impressed, I think, with how many quality defensemen the Penguins have, but it's tough when you have to use so many of them at the same time. And the Penguins trail 2-0 as we look at this day in Penguins history, brought to you by Day Automotive.
Oh, there was a lot of penalties on this particular day, and if you look down there, you can see that total of 281 penalty minutes. This day in Penguins history, December 8, 1988.
Flyers won the game 4-3, and that was a year before the Penguins were able to end that streak. 15-year drought and a win in Philadelphia. And of course it ended with Wendell Young in net. And Gino Briacco, the coach of the Penguins at that time.
And those two combining now for the Chicago Wolves in the International Hockey League. Working together in management. Now the Penguins make a line change in their own zone here. Nice looking to get one by Bryzgalov.
Brooks Orpik sends it off the glass. It's a 2-0 Flyer lead now. And we get a whistle, a high stick on the puck. Giroux leading the league with 36 points. No Flyer has ever led the NHL in scoring. We'll be back.
Was at 39. Remember when he came in when he was a baby? And he worked hard at what he was doing, had a passion every shift and everything he did, but he really worked hard, did Jaromir Jágr back in his rookie season, win his first Stanley Cup his second year. And Rick Kehoe, former coach and player for the Penguins, really paid special attention working on that shot of Jágr, and he's got that big boomerang, that big toe curve, one of the first to really use it effectively. He's able to kind of whip that puck when he shoots it. And Rick Kehoe worked extensively with Jaromir Jágr, just shooting pucks against the boards. There wasn't even anybody out there after practice. And of course, when you talk about it, one of the great releases in Penguin history, Rick Kehoe.
He could really snap a puck, and he taught Jágr to do just the same. Jágr kind of more of a sweeping shot when he first came in. And really, as Bob Johnson said at the time, he really couldn't shoot off the pass all that well either. He was a guy who backhanded the puck a lot, actually, when he first came into the NHL. But boy, did he quickly learn how to shoot and score at the NHL levels. The puck goes up into the netting, and he won 5 Art Ross trophies in Pittsburgh. Jaromir Jagr, he won the scoring title in 95, 98, 99, 2000, and 2001. And as I was saying going to the break, no Flyer has ever won the Art Ross trophy, and right now they've got Giroux leading the league coming into the game. And don't know if he can sustain that for the entire year, but if Jagr can stay healthy, those two are going to put up some big numbers together. Penguins winning 13 scoring championships in their history between Jaromir Jagr, Mario Lemieux, Sidney Crosby, and Evgeny Malkin. We have been blessed over the years with some of the greatest players in the history of this game coming through Pittsburgh. It's almost like we're just blessed by the hockey gods.
Not too often do you see Jagr skate around the ice. There's a good look at his toe curve, by the way. He's got a big bend at the end of that stick.
Gino got a little bend in his stick too, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he's got a fat lip too.
Picard whips the puck into the Flyers zone, and back to get it is Matt Carl. 2-0 Philadelphia. Penguins need something going here. They got to get a goal, get some life, and get back into this hockey game. Flyers with 3 shots in the period, 2 for the Penguins. And the puck frozen by Brizgalov with Vitale standing there. Not a lot of emotion here. Vitale trying to stir it up right now.
Yeah, he's the guy who can do that. Hartnell, he'll engage with you. You got to find the right customers, don't you? That's what you have to do. Ronaldo. Now, Guy Lafleur is a pretty good French Canadian. We talked about Giroux. And we know Max Talbot from the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. MVP of that wins the Guy Lafleur Trophy. And you see Lemieux in 83-84, the year before the Penguins drafted him. Then Talbot, only guy to win it twice. Crosby in 04-05, and Claude Giroux winning that award in 07-08.
Giroux taken 22nd overall. He played in Gatineau, the same city where Max Talbot played junior hockey. And the Flyers have had a knack of taking some pretty good players out of the Quebec League. If you think of Simon Gagne.
Oh boy, that's
a penalty here.
That should have went against the Flyers. Sullivan puts his stick down there, and the Flyer Coburn just jumped on that stick and went down. And Van Massenhoven, unless I'm correct, and I'll tell you if I'm wrong, I had to believe that Coburn drew that penalty. And Sullivan, you can't believe it here. He's going to start over here. Let's take a look. There's a battle for this loose puck. Sullivan gets a look at it, and Coburn just clamps down, and Sullivan can't believe it. He goes, "You kidding me? You're going to call that penalty? Trust me." Sullivan, he's a veteran. He showed you exactly what happened. Coburn clamped, he felt the stick, clamped down on it, and drew that penalty.
So the Flyers have another opportunity on the power play, and Jagr wrists it to the corner. Up the wall it comes, where it's cleared by Brooks Orpik. The length of the rink, and Stahl in there, trying to take it away from Brizgalov. Maybe the Penguins can get a short-handed goal. Those can be really momentum builders. And Dupuis certainly seems to be bound and determined to make something good happening when he's in that offensive zone short-handed. Now Jagr protects that puck on the near wall, and they come right after him. Brooks Orpik there, got a stick on it to Martin, now to Dupuis. And Pascal Dupuis just guns the puck down the ice. Brizgalov will set it up for Tiemann, and Adams in on the forecheck on the penalty kill.
That curve on your stick allows you to handle the puck. You saw Jagr there, back and forth, really cradling that puck, and scored a goal with the use of that toe curve last night against the Sabres.
Here's Cook with it now, shooting on the short side. Brizgalov got a piece of it. Adams to the puck. Different strokes for different folks. We know that Sidney Crosby does not use a big curve on his stick at all. He wants to use that backhand. Now here's Simmons with it, shooting, and it's wide of the goal. Simmons with it again. Poked away from him by Martin, where Stahl could get it, and he finds an opening to shoot it down the ice. 40 seconds to go on the penalty to Steve Sullivan.
Only 3 shots, only 3 for the Flyers in this period. They have the 1 goal on the board.
This is Van Riemsdyk. Around Dupre. Finds Matt Reed behind the net. Hartnell backing up in the slot. They go to the point. Reed works it down low. The air for Reed. Then Riemsdyk goes to the front of the net. Carl with a puck. A weak wrist shot. Flagged down by Dupre, and he's able to clear it. 9 seconds to go on the penalty. Malkin hunts the puck along with Neal. Sullivan on the ice. Flyers are 1 for 4 with a man advantage now. Sullivan to the puck, and he couldn't get control of it. Hartnell comes back, finds the open man in the middle. It's Mazzaros, the defenseman, around Orpik, cuts in, back in, pass. They score! Right to the net went Hartnell. And the Philadelphia Flyers make it 3-0. And Mazzaros made a great move around Orpik, and that's what made that play happen.
Well, they come 3-on-3. The Penguins trying to sort out the rush, and Orpik steps up on Mazzaros. Mazzaros cuts to the inside, and then Martin had to come over and engage. See, he cuts inside. Martin comes across, and Neal can't get back door. If Neal had went right away to Mazzaros, then he probably would have been able to shut him down. But instead, Neal went back door. Martin came across, and in that transition, that switching of identification, that left Hartnell open on the back door, and the Penguins have worked on that 3-on-3 back check. They worked on it a couple of weeks ago extensively, trying to identify men on the back check, and they weren't able to there after Orpik missed his man.
Hartnell scoring his 13th of the season. Mazzaros gets the first assist. And the Penguins come to center, and it's Asham with it now. Cuts into the middle, goes down. A quick shot, Bortuzzo, and the save made by Brzgalov. Robert Bortuzzo almost had his first NHL goal.
But Aaron Asham is going to engage right now with his man, who took a big piece, and that was Zach Rinaldo. Took one of those big hits on a guy after they shoot the puck. Certainly not the effect it had, let's say, on Letang. When Letang got hit in Montreal by Pacioretty, but that was the effect of it. We'll get a look at that when we come back. 3-0 Flyers. Let's take a look at our range resources illustration. Here's Ronaldo, the league penalty leader. And let's take a look at this shot. Freeze it right here, guys. You're going to see Bortuzzo shoot this puck. Now watch as this man comes across, and that chicken wing, the right elbow, comes up to the head. Right there. Comes up to the head very quickly up on Bortuzzo. You can't have it happen. Come on.
Penguins on a power play. Score! James Neal. He gets his 8th power play goal of the year. He went upstairs on Brzgalov to make it 3-1.
That's how you get back at somebody like that. The Pittsburgh Penguins on the face-off. Take a look at this. Get possession. That's a key. You see Neal helping out. That puck gets back to the point. Watch how they open up the box and right through the seam. And that shot as Brzgalov comes across following that pass. James Neal slides out, gets that puck over the fallen stick and up over the glove and left shoulder of Brzgalov. What a perfectly positioned shot by James Neal. Another power play goal.
His 15th goal of the season. Timonen was the man reaching for the puck as it came through the house. He just got a sliver of it, and it went to Neal, and he buried it on Brzgalov.
8 power play goals for James Neal. Give him 15 on the season.
And now Niskanen with it. Wrists it to the net, and it's off the side of the goal. With it now is Marc-Andre Bourdon. Is he able to move it to center? Yes, and it comes to the right wing. And it's Voracek cutting into the middle. Voracek holding it against Dupre, who takes him over to the far boards, hounding him all the way. Voracek protects the puck nicely. Back to the point. The shot is stopped in front. And now the Penguins will start out. Jordan Staal comes to center. Staal with Tyler Kennedy and Aaron Asham. Puck comes to the slot, but it's cleared by the Flyers. The Penguins are changing their defense. Look out, Van Riemsdyk against Picard, and Picard cut him off. And Paul Martin gets control of the puck. Out for Tyler Kennedy. And the Penguins a little bit of a better jump in their step now after scoring that goal. Get some life from the power play goal, and boy, that was a great example of how Ronaldo takes dumb penalties, I guess, as we get a penalty coming up now against the Penguins, and it's Reed coming to the goal. Centers, and it goes right to the corner for Simmons.
Not a good penalty by Malkin here. No. Just gave the opportunity for Dan Van Massenhoven. Finley LaRue and Van Massenhoven, the officials. Pierre Rasico and Dan Shafty are the linesmen here tonight. And here's the trip by Evgeny Malkin in the neutral zone.
Don't forget, great gift giveaway. Text Icicle to 412-412 by the end of the second period for your chance to win an Evgeny Malkin jersey signed and an HD TV. Keep watching during the third period for our next keyword and your chance to win again. Standard message and data rates may apply.
Strange hockey game really here. Penguins have to kill it. 3's enough to give the Philadelphia Flyers, who we said lead the National Hockey League in goal scoring.
And they win the faceoff. And Riemsdyk's shot through the slot came off the corner boards. There's Dupuis cheating up ice again. And Adams carries the puck over the line. Adams on his backhand had a poke to the corner. And Carl now taken by Van Riemsdyk behind his own net. And Adams intercepts the puck out for Dupuis, shoots it, and it's off a stick up into the netting. Well, you just get that feeling that Pascal Dupuis got a shorthanded goal somewhere up his sleeve. Let's take a look at the road ahead, brought to you by Land Rover. The Penguins' road games will reach the 18 number by the end of this week. As they play the New York Islanders, they'll have 18 road, 12 home, and then they do come home and play Detroit. Back to the road again for the Senators, and then a couple of home games before they go to Winnipeg. Now Martin with it. Cook sends it in behind the net. Jordan Staal was cut off by Voracek. And around now for Simmons, who tried to reverse it behind the net. Now he'll go the other way with it. And swings it to the left side. Timonen with it, goes to the right wing, but Staal back checking, picks it off. 1:16 to go on the penalty to Evgeny Malkin. Here's Yager with it now. And Yager tried to center one off the glove of Fleury. Out now for Voracek. Timonen. Simmons, Yager sneaking in. Voracek shoots Yager there, and he fanned on it with an open net. And the Penguins clear.
And Yager looked like he got kind of handcuffed there, didn't he? I mean, he just looked like somebody put handcuffs on him as that puck came to me at a wide open cage and whiffed on it. Puck may have been bouncing, tough to tell from up here.
4 of Yager's 9 goals on the power play. Reed down the right wing, dumps it behind the net. Fleury stops it there. And now Depre over to the near side, battling. Knocked off his stick by Reed. Pinballs in behind the net for Briere. Briere works the half wall left side, out for Van Riemsdyk. Carl across the ice. Briere, Van Riemsdyk shot at a man in front. Briere to the puck again. 10 seconds to go on the penalty to Malkin. This is a big penalty kill for the Penguins. It really is. They got on the board on the power play, and they can't afford to give one up here. Briere again up the boards for Reed. Malkin's on the ice. He jumps past the stick of Briere to Evgeny Malkin. And Malkin gets wound up now. Here he comes. Gino around one man. Reed in over the line. Malkin around another man, Mazzaros, but then lost the puck, and Mazzaros gets to it. And sent it up the wall. Held in nicely by Kunitz for Malkin. Dupuis, Kunitz, a shot off the goalpost. Oh, that would have made it 3-2. That's how close the Penguins came to getting back to within 1 goal.
What a shot. Wow, Kunitz on the back foot snapped that right where the goalpost meets the crossbar.
Here's Dupuis on the puck again for Kunitz. Chris Kunitz to the corner for Evgeny Malkin. Held off by Carl, spins him around. Hartnell over to play the puck. But Neal got a stick on it for Martin, and now Hartnell knocks it past him back into the Penguin zone.
That was a good shift by Malkin coming out of the box. He had some good hop there, and then we were able to set up a play with 3 forwards off the crossbar.
Puck bounds to center ice. Picard stepped up, but following on now, Couturier. And the rookie holds the puck, and the net dislodged. One of the Flyers went hard to the net, knocked Fleury backwards. And that is one Harrison Zolnarchuk who went to the goal.
Let's take a look at Chris Kunitz. Malkin coming out of the box. A couple of drop passes and then a big shot for the Penguins. And Dupuis with the drop pass to Kunitz and that rifle shot. And Yager missed the chance he missed. Puck's going to come across the Yags. And yep, indeed, it did bounce right over his stick. Puck on edge.
By the way, Neal's goal, the power play goal, is 15 from Malkin and Niskanen. Making it 3-1 with a 1:25 to go now in the second period. Flyers with 6 shots here in the second period.
Here we go.
Tyler Kennedy's going to get into it again.
Whoa! Oh, he got his man.
Then he got him in a good position to get a couple of right hands, and he's kind of in trouble, isn't he?
He got a few in there to Tyler. And then he flipped him over with a backbreaker.
I don't know if you noticed, but when Zolnarchuk got up and came out of the goal crease, Bob, after he ran over Fleury, he kind of had a smirky look on his face, like he thought it was kind of funny, you know, what happened. And And the Penguins didn't think it was all that funny.
Nope.
Tyler Kennedy went right after him, got a couple good right hands in on him.
Yeah, he really did. He missed the Flyer missed the first punch right off the face-off. Then they back off. They already have the gloves off. Tyler Kennedy was able to get a couple of shots in, then a couple more shots in, and then flips the Flyer over his leg right here with the takedown. He pinned him. And I want to go to TK. And that was almost a TKO.
Very rare that you see 3 rookies on a 4th line on any team in the NHL. Zolnarchuk, Couturier, and Ronaldo play on the 4th line for the Philadelphia Flyers. Zolnarchuk and Couturier and Ronaldo.
Yeah, look who's on the ice now. McIntyre.
And McIntyre tried to get it ahead. He'll try again now on the near side. Dumps it into the Flyer zone.
He's playing out there. He's playing out there against Giroux and Yager.
And there goes Hartnell with a goal. And Fleury puts his body down as Hartnell went around Niskanen, and Fleury makes a big save.
Hartnell got shoved into the crossbar by Niskanen, and Niskanen's going to get a penalty. I think Hartnell was eating bar there. And it wasn't a chocolate bar.
Niskanen saw Hartnell go around him as he fell down. And then he got back to nail him into the crossbar.
Oh, boy. There's a long stretch pass there, and Niskanen falling backwards. And watch how he comes in and hits Hartnell into that bar. Well, Hartnell likes to get to that blue paint, and he'll stick around there for a while. He's a pretty good actor, and he's having a really good season. That was a cross-check, and he got hung up on that crossbar.
I feel for Niskanen there as he lost his balance and lost his footing and fell down, and then Hartnell robbed by Marc-Andre Fleury.
Yeah, what happens
when
you lose your footing like that? You're kind of moving up north, if you will, and then there's a stretch pass with a lot of speed. You can't miss. You're kind of going one way, the puck's going the other. You can't time, your gap isn't right, and in an attempt to get back there and scramble, that's where you fall back on your heels, and that's what happened to Niskanen. Good stretch pass by the Flyers.
41 seconds to go in the second period. Giroux into the Penguin zone. The puck wouldn't cooperate, but he's still able to whack it over to the far boards where Simmons got the Yager in front. Giroux is shot. Great save by Fleury on Claude Giroux. The puck stays in play. And now to the near side. Yager takes it. Centers, and it goes right past Tiemann, and Stahl's going to pick it up. And back he comes shorthanded for the Penguins. Jordan Stahl down the wing. Centers for Cook going to the net. It got there, but it's just out of the reach of Cook with a diving play by Giroux trying to prevent that puck from getting to Cook.
Some funny stuff going on behind the play too, Staggy. As Orpik and Simmons got tangled up, Simmons went down.
Crazy game as time runs out here in the second.
And Stahl just got hacked, and he's hunched over going to the Penguins dressing room. Yep, he took a whack in the hands right in the final seconds here. It's getting a little nasty, and the Penguins were a crossbar or goalpost down from 3-2. Here's Stahl. So I guess he didn't get a look at what happened.
He's already reacting to it. Tiemann got him.
This save on Giroux was unbelievable. Didn't get the puck up high enough. Marc-Andre Fleury had the pad down and the glove above the pad.
Our Fort Pitt Capital by the numbers second period recap. And the Penguins getting the power play goal from James Neal. And you see the shots. The game kind of quieting down a little bit in that department. And what I think is interesting is that because it's getting kind of nasty, the Penguins getting more emotionally engaged in this game. Right there in front of them. Hartnell comes back. Finds the open man in the middle. It's Mazzaros, the defenseman, around Orpik. Cuts in, back in, pass. They score. Right to the net went Hartnell. Penguins on a power play. Score! James Neal. He gets his 8th power play goal of the year. He went upstairs on Brzgalov to make it 3-1. And let us go down outside the Penguins locker room to our old buddy Dan Potash.
All right, guys, it's time for our UPMC Sports Medicine interview with assistant coach Tony Granato. Tony, what adjustments can you make, or what did you talk to the boys about for that final third period?
Well, we got to get to our game. That's we haven't played well for the first 40. We've left Flower alone on quite a few of those opportunities and a couple of those goals. So we got to be better defensively, certainly. And I think that if we start this period with a good penalty kill, and we can get in on and get to our game. And obviously our game is speed and forecheck, and we need some more guys to have some big shifts for us to get us in the game.
Hey, Tony, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan.
Paul, Bobby.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks to everybody who entered the great gift giveaway during the second period. Make sure to check your phone to see if you're the lucky winner taking home a new 50-inch HD TV from H.H. Gregg and a Penguins autographed jersey. Stay tuned. The great gift giveaway continues in the third period. Watch for your next chance to win. H.H. Gregg lights up the holidays with incredible deals like a 37-inch LCD TV, an amazing $299 from H.H. Gregg. We help.
Well, I can remember the last hockey game. Jordan Staal was in the penalty box with a penalty at the end of the second period. And the Penguins wanted to come out with a good start and have a good penalty kill, just like Tony Granato said they want to do in this period. But the Boston Bruins scored a goal and went on to victory. The Penguins do indeed need to kill this power play of the Flyers.
And Matt from Indiana, PA, has let us know that he is the winner, and he understands that we've found him. So thanks, Matt, for getting back to us and letting us know, and we appreciate it, and congratulations on winning that TV and that jersey. Hope you enjoy it. Penguins looking to kill this thing off. 55 seconds ago in the penalty to Matt Niskanen.
And the league leader in shots has 4 in this hockey game, James Neal, to go along with 4 hits. And every Penguin centerman is 50% or better on the faceoffs. You got Staal at 57%. You got Adams at 75%. You got Vitale at 64% and Malkin at 50%.
Taken now by Orpik. Here comes Adams, ahead of Dupuis. Here comes Dupuis down the wing for Adams. A shot, no! A great save by Brizgalov. Penguins are doing what they can do to try to create offense shorthanded. I've been really impressed with that. It's too bad they haven't been able to score. Now Yager works it down low. Centering pass goes right past Simmons and out to the point. Giroux works the half wall near side. Down low for Wayne Simmons, getting a chance to work exclusively or a lot on that first power play unit. And now here comes Dupuis with Adams cutting to the net again. He tried to feed it through. And the Flyers get control, and it's Voracek coming back. Orpik, the lone defenseman, back. Now Martin gets back on the play. Drop pass. Giroux guns one wide of the goal.
I think that went off the edge of the boards and up into the netting. Take a look at this 2-on-1 opportunity. Dupuis driving that puck wide. Adams going to the net. Brizgalov left pad down. In perfect position to make that save. A nice little dish pass, little airborne, just over the stick of the defender.
But heck of a job for the Penguins. His penalty killing has been spectacular.
Look at his legs. He looks like he could skate another 10, 15 years the way he works out and keeps himself conditioned. Always a great skater. Oh, by the way, was he the guy that somebody said was a throw-in in the Hossa deal? Oh, he's the best part of the Hossa deal.
Kunitz, Picard. Well, moonwalk here for Picard, opens it up and tries to get the puck to the net, but it's blocked by the Flyers. And the Penguins at full strength as the Flyers come to the pen zone. And Depre reach back. Briere works the puck near side out of the reach of Reed out to the point to Coburn, whose shot was blocked that hit Jordan Staal. Remember, Staal got whacked at the end of that second period, but he's okay apparently. As Coburn goes back for the puck into his own zone, and now over to Mazzaras. To Coburn. And the Penguins, if they get the next goal, it's going to be a very interesting third period the rest of the way, because the Flyers seem to have kind of settled into a comfort zone in this game. Now here's Briere with it. He centers one, and the Penguins break it up, and Malkin's got it. Now for Depre. Out now for Kennedy. Asham, I beg your pardon, and Sullivan will dump it in. Asham goes to the bench. Neal on the ice. Sullivan after it. Carl got there first. Swings away from Sullivan. Puck hit the referee. Knocked out of the air nicely by Sullivan. A Malkin, and he shot it wide of the goal. And now Brizgalov left it behind the net for Bourdon, who cleared it for the corner, but the Penguins get possession again. Malkin had it wander off his stick. Simmons trying to get it out. And it comes to center ice. Niskanen in good position to get there and prevent the Flyers from a rush. Now Van Riemsdyk ahead to Simmons. He's got a man cutting to the net. It's Couturier, and Couturier centers, and it's off the stick of Fleury. Couturier gets it back. Up high, gets to the forehand, shoots it. Blocked in front. Couturier follows the puck to the corner. Now in the corner for Van Riemsdyk. Couturier, 8th overall in the 2011 draft.
He made an elusive play there. He faked that he was going to go to Tiemann, and he kept kept on trucking right down the middle of the ice.
He was one of the top-ranked guys in that draft, and he slipped a little bit when he got sick, but the Flyers able to pluck him 8th overall, and he looks like a pretty good one. A handful of guys who were drafted this past summer are playing in the NHL, including Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, who's been outstanding. First pick overall. Here's Mazzaros with it now. Leaves it in the corner. Orpik right there. Banks it ahead. Vitale, nice pass. Oh, man, we just couldn't get there. As Marshall got there first. And now offside called on the Philadelphia Flyers entering the Penguins zone. Take a look at our energy player. Brought to you by Energy Alliance.
And it's James Neal. That's where he scored 15 goals from this year. You see number 15 highlighted there in one of the circles. 8 power play goals, gives him a tie for first in the National Hockey League, and he leads the National Hockey League in shots.
Stahl wins the draw against Giroux. Orpik to Picard. Banks it ahead. Asham trying to get into the attacking zone. Giroux swung it around to the far side. Flyers able to get it to neutral ice. Hartnell left it there for Yager. Yager against Picard. Cuts to the middle, but Stahl got back to help out. Good work by Jordan Stahl. And now it's Brooks Orpik. Ahead to Picard. And a swing wide. Forces it to the corner. Flyers reverse it around to the far side where Yager will take it off the wall. Yager ahead to Hartnell. Now on left wing. Giroux. Yager. And he floats one wide of the goal. Coburn moves up, sends it behind the net. Yager and Giroux on the puck. Now down to Timonen, whose shot is off the glove of Fleury. He'll freeze it, and there'll be a face-off in the Penguin zone. Don't forget to look for the Miller Lite Taste Greatest moment later on in the game. What do you think, Bob?
Actually, right now I'm gazing at Sidney Crosby's numbers. Not in the game tonight. 36 games against the Flyers, 26 goals, 36 assists, 62 points in his career. Boy, wouldn't you love to have Sidney Crosby here in Philadelphia right now, where he plays some of his best games.
We'll say hello to Sid, who we know is watching tonight, and then look forward to seeing you back in the lineup next week, Sid, as the puck goes now to Voracek. And he'll reverse it back behind the net. Couturier there for Van Riemsdyk. And the Penguins trying to get it going here offensively, but the Flyers keep it in. Voracek floats one wide of the goal. We haven't seen a lot of Talbot, have we?
No, he was out there just for a brief second checking his skate out with the last group. Not out with his line, Voracek and Van Riemsdyk here. This situation.
Couturier has been moved up from the fourth line, and now the puck taken by Sullivan. Talbot was very evident and present in that first period, and didn't see much of him in the second, did we?
Not a lot. Just over 11 minutes of play and 2 periods of play for Max Talbot.
Sullivan steers it into the Flyers zone. Timonen, who is 36 years old in his 13th year in the NHL, sends it out to center. Picard, who played a lot of games in the old Spectrum for the Philadelphia Phantoms, and shot it in to the Flyer bench area, and the whistle blows.
Well, that was a scary place to play. In a place where the Penguins didn't have much success. But Evgeny Malkin, after he came out of that penalty box, when the Penguins made it 3-1, it wasn't a good penalty by Malkin. His game has risen, and we'll see if he's got enough mustard left. There's Max Talbot. He's waiting for his skate. He can't play with one skate.
He probably misses Dana Heinze up there. Puck comes back into the Penguin zone, and Fleury stops it behind the net. DeBray sends it up ahead to Jordan Stahl, who leads it there for Chris Kunitz.
You wouldn't miss a shift with Dana. I mean, he's ultra quick. Imagine if this was Game 7 against the Wings and Talbot was sitting in the runway.
Reed to the near side, and Simmons a shot, then hit a man. Reed works it behind the net. Danny Briere turns the corner. Where's the puck?
Look out, don't move.
Side of the net. Fleury didn't know where it was. He was looking
I was telling him not to move, but he couldn't hear me. I knew the puck was jammed there between his right skate and the goalpost, and he started looking to his left.
And he dodged a bullet there as Carl is chased by Tyler Kennedy and then hit by Kunitz. And here's Kennedy shooting, and it's blocked. Oh my, that was a good chance for Kennedy. Just took a second for him to pull the trigger, and then it was blocked by defenseman Bourdon. And now taken at center ice by Vitale as he dumps it to the right wing corner. In after it is Carl. He's bumped. Cook with a turning shot save. Cook gets it back, and another save. And good chances for the Penguins on that shift.
They're starting to get a little action here. Little action here for Brizgal. There's a turnover.
Yep, Cook can't reach the pass, and it goes in behind the net for Mazzaros.
James Neal said we got to get to our forecheck. Look out.
Giroux with it. Yager cuts to the net. The pass isn't complete. And now back to the net. Mazzaro's shot is stopped by Marc-Andre Fleury.
Oh, Marc-Andre Fleury, look at his right skate. The puck is there, between there and the post. Don't move! Well,
we'll get to that in a moment, Bob. Okay. First of all, it's your final chance to win big during the Great Gift Giveaway. Text the keywords Candy Cane to 412-412 during the third period to enter to win a 50-inch HD TV from H.H. Gregg and a Penguins autographed Marc-Andre Fleury jersey. Winner will be announced during our post-game show. Standard message and data rates may apply.
What'd you just get there?
I just got a message that Robert Bortuzzo is off the ice with an upper body injury, questionable for return.
And he was the man that was hit by Ronaldo high with that chicken wing, that arm coming out that led to the penalty.
So there's another injured defenseman for the Penguins, courtesy of a headshot by a guy who is leading the league in penalty minutes. Now Malkin works it in front. Sullivan takes it. Taken now by Orpik. Coburn over, and he tried to lift it over Sullivan's head. He does, and look out, Martin's a lone man back as Yager, but it gets to the puck, but no, they're going to whistle it down on a hand pass.
Took a
Martin knew that too. He kept pleading.
Yager, he has no idea what's going on. Yeah, it was a hand pass from one zone to the other zone. There's that hit on Bortuzzo. Ronaldo coming through that neutral zone. Just watching Bortuzzo as he gets up there, and that was. Let's say questionable for return.
Questionable. Hopefully he'll
that hit was rather questionable, was it not? It was penalized, and we'll see if the NHL rules on that. Max Talbot has got his skate, and he is back on the ice.
Here's Kennedy with it now. Kennedy to Stahl. Jordan Stahl turns, centers. Kennedy shoots it, and the save by Brizgalov. Didn't get a lot on that shot.
He tried to hold on to it for a second instead of one time, and I think he was surprised it was going to get to his stick. It came through traffic, and as a player, you got your stick on the ice, and the puck actually came through. I don't think he noticed, like he knew it was coming, but he couldn't find it right away to one time, but he held it just for a second.
Dupre goes back for the puck in his own zone. Talbot chasing. And Dupre backhands the puck ahead. Kennedy able to get a stick on it. Brizgalov stops it. And the Flyers start out. But the Penguins were changing as the long lead pass comes to Van Riemsdyk. Trying to slap it in. Looks like it hit the linesman, and it comes down to Picard. And across the ice now to Aaron Asham, who dishes into the middle of Malkin. Malkin drops it off. Shot by Adams, and a blocker save made by Brizgalov.
Well, and I think it came right off Asham. Off the blocker, Brizgalov, off Asham's body, right back in. Take a look at Tyler Kennedy, what maybe he can see. Pass coming through bodies right to a stick, and he just kind of bounced as it hit his stick, and then he tried to shuffle it to net. Didn't get much on it, as you alluded to. The territorial advantage here in the third period of play. They just need one to make it interesting.
Flyers haven't registered a shot yet here in the third. The Penguins have 5. And Picard, one-timer wide of the goal, comes right to Orpik, out to Malkin. He scores! Evgeny Malkin makes it 3-2. And he rifled that puck past Brizgalov. And you can feel the Penguins coming on here. I could feel it going back to the second period.
It was a set play off the face-off. The Penguins had two left-handed players. So look at Asham. He moves out. There's a shot by Asham, who's a forward by the point. And then Brooks Orpik is down by the goal line. He makes a Crosby-like play. This is Brooks Orpik, 44, with the backhand pass to Malkin, who cradles it backhand to forehand. Goes 5-hole on Brizgalov. What a set play by the Penguins off the face-off. 3-2. Wow. Look at that play by 44 Brooks Orpik. When's the last time you saw Orpik make a play like that from down around the net?
You know, he figures he's got to add a few more dimensions to his game with everybody out of the lineup. Now, puck out of center ice, and it's going to be dumped in by Matt Cook. Brizgalov will freeze it. Brizgalov, by the way, from Togliatti, Russia, same place as Alexei Kovalev, as we take a look at it again.
Brooks Orpik is going to go this way. Aaron Asham is going to go this way. Let's take a look at what happens. This little hinge play. Orpik, yes, there he is. He's sliding just out of the screen. Penguins win it back. Asham slides out. Orpik's down on the goal line, and Orpik makes that beautiful feed to Malkin. It's 3-2. What a play on the faceoff. And they do that because Asham's a right-handed shot, and they want to utilize that shot. That's why they flip him out there for the one-timer.
And now racing over to get the puck off this faceoff, Picard will get it right back towards the net. Flyers flag it down, and out to center it comes. Couturier Good back pressure that time by Joe Vitale. He picked his pocket. And now Talbot with it. Couturier can't get it deep. And now Talbot tries to get around the Penguin defense, but over to play it is the man who kind of replaced Max Talbot, if you will, in the Penguins' scheme of things, Joe Vitale. Now, who's going to get the puck on this battle along the wall? Picard in there leaning on Talbot.
3 against
Couturier. And the puck comes free for the Penguins, and it's Matt Cook. And he'll dump it up into the Flyers zone.
That was an ice, apparently, as Carl just touched that over the goal line. That flip pass looked like a real good play. The Penguins couldn't get to it before it got to the goal line. Take a look at this little airborne pass. Cook just trying to throw it in an area so that if we can get to that, not assuming there would be an ice, just cross that goal line. That's a correct play, and Dupuis has got to lay off the big hit after the icing.
And the big face-off here between Giroux and Joe Vitale. Vitale jammed it to the near side, and it ricochets back to neutral ice. Vitale, a good face-off man for the Penguins, was on his strong side there, righty on righty, and he was able to win the draw, or at least the Penguins were able to get the puck out. Now Martin with it, banks it off the boards. Neal tried to dish it into the middle for Sullivan. Now Giroux dumps it back inside the Penguin zone.
I told you after 2 periods, no centerman was under 50%. That's boded well, and it's got them on their board for the second goal.
Now Malkin's wound up. Left side, Neal looks for Sullivan, but it's picked off by Timonen, who has his head up looking for a man open up ice. He hands it off to his partner Coburn, who comes to center, gains the red line, and try to dump it in.
And hit that same referee, Shack, the longest tenure of any linesman in the NHL, I believe, and he just got hit again for the second time in 5 minutes. He's not feeling too good. He's doing some aerobics down there. Look at him stretching out. Jeez.
Yager goes to the bench as Carl takes it in his own zone to Mazzaros. 9:40 to go in this game. The Penguins back to within 1. Here's Mazzaros. Fires up over the head of Fleury off a stick and into the netting behind the Penguins' goal. No penalties here in the third, which is a good sign. That's one thing the Penguins wanted to do, stay out of the box, and they are on the board to make it 3-2.
Well, there's a look at Matt Cook. Time for a Subway sandwich of the game. Matt Cook and Kevin Marshall. And Marshall went low and Cook went high, and head over heels for a Subway sandwich of the game. Well, the Penguins down to 5 defensemen right now.
Bortuzzo out. His return questionable after taking a elbow to the head after shooting the puck coming down the slot in that second period. And Robert Bortuzzo has played well for the Penguins in his 6th NHL game tonight. He was injured on the play. Now Stahl with it. Stahl brings it up the boards to the right point, and Niskanen, who feeds it bouncing down the wall to Kunitz, who tried to go to the corner, couldn't get it there. Now Niskanen can't keep it in. Talbot chases him, and look out, he almost ran into Voracek. And the Flyers dump it inside the Penguin zone, where Brooks Orpik makes a nice play. Now to Tyler Kennedy. Kennedy steps into the Flyer zone and shoots it. Blocker save made again by Brzgalov. Kennedy's shots are effective. They're not putting that puck in the net, but I'll tell you, every one is. It seems like the goalie's just getting pieces of it.
Yeah. I mean, last year, a lot of times it might hit the emblem, but he had 8 the other day, and a lot of them just, you're exactly right, either passes off the pads, which is what the Penguins are trying to do, or just trying to pick a corner, and he just hasn't been able to find that corner yet.
Puck bounces over the stick of Hartnell, cleared out to center, and handled there by Jaromir Jagr. Hit hard in the neutral zone by James Neal. Plowed into him.
Moly, he comes fast.
You don't see Jagr get hit that often, do you? Here's Malkin now, bouncing in, shooting it, and it's off a stick and wide on the short side. And now Dupre tries to hold it in. He's pushed off the puck, and the Flyers come to center, and it's Hartnell with it. Jagr whacks it inside the zone. Martin there goes cross ice, and here's Dupre coming to center. Pass ahead for Malkin, knocks it out of midair. Then Asham couldn't play it. Timonen jumps ahead to Hartnell. Simmons goes to the net nicely. Hartnell was stripped of the puck, thrown rink wide where Joe Vitale gets to it. Look out! He collides with Mazzaros. Mazzaros took the worst of that as the puck goes in behind the Flyer goal, and they'll quickly step right out of their own zone. Marshall lifted it up into the Penguin zone, and Dupre right there to work it back to center ice. Vitale trying to get around Marshall. Battling down the wall. Dupuis runs right into Marshall. Now Dupuis goes down, gets back up. Cook races in for the loose puck. Trying to get around Mazzaros, but it's taken by Matt Reed. His clearing attempt hit Dupuis. Backhand shot to Vitale. Rebound, chopped at right around the side of the net by Matt Cook. And Reed gave it right to Pascal Dupuis. He sends it out to the point where Niskanen on his backhand will feed it down the boards. Cook right there. Send it into the slot, even though he had Vitale open behind the net. And now Simmons banks it off the boards, but Niskanen gloves it down, then moves it to Cook, who sends it in behind the goal.
Keep it going if you're the Penguins, and a lot of pressure. Great shift.
And force the Flyers to take a penalty here if they can.
And boy, it looks like Vitale's got to get off, and that's going to allow the Flyers probably to get out of their zone and get a change.
And they'll knock it into the Penguin zone. They do get the full change as Niskanen goes back for the puck into his own zone. Penguins also changing. Niskanen's lead pass into the middle. Nice pass to Stahl with steam coming into the Flyers zone. Stahl behind the net. Turns the corner. Throws it in front. And a little too hard for Kennedy to handle. Now he pushes it back to the point. Orpik for Tyler Kennedy to Kunitz, and his one-timer interrupted by Couturier, the rookie, and it's cleared. Back to get it goes Brooks Orpik. The icing is charged to the Philadelphia Flyers.
Some unbelievable plays there by the Pittsburgh Penguins. I mean, I really like what they were doing. Freeze it here. Watch Jordan Stahl come flying up this way. He's going to be able to get a pass in flight. And the Penguins did some great things in the offensive zone, too. A little hinge play there. Timeout by the Philadelphia Flyers. Take a look at this play. It's going down the wall and then a hinge play. This is the work earlier by that line of Vitale, Cook, and Dupuis that hemmed the Flyers into their zone for about a minute. And that led to this next shift by the Stahl line. So building momentum, shift to shift. Flyers calling the timeout. So we said the stars have to shine, and Jordan Stahl getting his big legs moving after Malkin has made it 3-2. Those are the two that I thought had to get on the board here tonight, and the Penguins do have that one power play goal.
Well, the Penguins would love to give the Flyers a little dose of what they've been enjoying here lately, as they've erased 2-3-0 deficits in the last 5 days coming into this game. The Flyers have. And the Penguins are trying to do the same thing to them here tonight. Down 3-2 right now. As we look at the Eastern Conference standings, you can see the Flyers win tonight. They move ahead of the Penguins. They have 37 points to move on top of the East. And when we get a false draw here, they're going to drop the puck again in the Flyers zone.
Yeah, they need a clean win. If it's a overtime win or shootout win, then they will be tied with the Penguins at 37 points each.
Penguins have scored only 2 goals in 6 of their last 8 games against Philadelphia. So the Flyers have kept them down in the scoring department. They've got only 2 right now. They have to get 3. 6:17 to go here in the third period. And it's backhanded in by Dupre, who's played a pretty good third. Brizgalov almost gave it away to Neal. Up towards it comes Orpik. Sends it back to the corner. Carl there. Back around near side for Bordeaux. And if you think about it, the Flyers are kind of vulnerable defensively because they got rookies back there. Here's Neal shooting, and another stick save made by Brizgalov. Now Orpik sends it behind the net. Sullivan there working deep. Centers one, and it's behind the intended receiver, Neal, and Jágr brings it back now for Philadelphia. Jaromir Jágr banks it ahead. In after it is Zolarchuk. But Zolarchuk could not play it. And now out to center ice where Malkin tries to get a stick on it. Taken by Brooks Orpik to Paul Martin. 5:33 to go in the game. Neal takes it. He feeds it to the corner. Giroux back to play it. Reversed it up the near side. Didn't get it out. Stahl holds it, shoots it, save off the mask of Brizgalov. Back out it comes to Paul Martin. Martin feeds it to the near side. Off the stick of Kennedy to Stahl. He and Kunitz rotate. And Kunitz turns out of the corner with it. Checked nicely from behind, but pinching down the boards was Martin to try to keep it alive. It comes out to Niskanen. Niskanen fires, and a save by Brizgalov. Rebound Kennedy, and he lifted it over the goaltender wide of the net. And the Flyers finally get the puck out. A bouncing puck is going to be icing against Philadelphia, and the Penguins are really coming on here.
Yeah, they are, and they don't have a timeout. The Penguins got to get a quick line change, get Malkin on the ice. Don't let Jágr and company. Look, they're all hunched over. 4 or 5 of them have their sticks on their knees right. Great opportunity by the Penguins. That's 1. There's 2 that hits the mask of Brizgalov.
And Malkin's got to win the draw. And the Penguins do control it for a moment, and then the Flyers end up getting it, and they end up getting it out as Jágr comes to center. And that'll give the Flyers a chance to change. Hartnell in after the puck against Picard. We got body position on him. He's got the puck. Ian Jágr's still out here. Jágr got it. Jágr walks in front, shoots it, and a save by Fleury. Jágr gets it back. He protects the puck against Niskanen. Sticks that big backside out and protects it the way we saw him do it so many times for the Penguins down low. Jágr sends it back into the corner. Talbot's on the ice now for Philadelphia. Talbot behind the net against Picard. He turns out, centers. Oh, went right past the stick of Jágr, cutting to the net. And now Jágr's tongue is hanging out as he goes back up ice to get back to the bench. Penguins did not win that faceoff. That was a key factor there. They needed to win that draw. Now Orpik back in another icing call against Philadelphia.
Well, let's take a look at that face-off between these two combatants, Malkin and Giroux. Watch this hacking and whacking. There's a whack. There's another whack back. And look at those two battling for supremacy in the National Hockey League.
Malkin came back at him one more time.
I'm the top dog? No, you're the top dog. No, I'm better than you are. And let's see. Malkin's got one to make it 3-2.
Flyers win the face-off, get it to center. Look out, Talbot comes ahead with Voracek. Here he is. His shot, he broke his stick on it.
And he threw it.
And now the Penguins stall. Over skates, but Depre out to Stahl. Stahl against Simmons. Dumps it past into the Flyer zone and gets in after it. Stahl gets to the puck first. Jordan Stahl to Paul Martin. His shot off a stick wide. Over to get it now is Simmons. 3:38 to go in the third period. Poked away by Depre. So many one-goal games. 8 of 10 last night in the NHL. The Flyers are 8-1-3 in one-goal games. Penguins are 6-5-4. And we get a whistle. 3:21 to go in the third period. The Flyers up by 1, 3-2. Time running out on the great gift giveaway. Text Candy Cane to 412-412 for your chance to win a 50-inch HD TV and a Marc-Andre Fleury autographed jersey. Our winner will be announced during our postgame show. Standard message and data rates apply. Penguins have outshot the Flyers 11-2 here in the third after being outshot by Philadelphia 15-8 in the first.
Yeah, it's been all Pittsburgh here in the third period of play. See if they got a tire up the sleeve.
Off the draw, puck grabbed by the Flyers. Giroux dumps it in, and to get it is Niskanen to the corner now for Paul Martin. And Paul Martin snaps it ahead to Steve Sullivan. He'll get to center ice, overtaken in the neutral zone though, just couldn't get going. And the Flyers go the other way. Hartnell with it. Centering pass and a good save made by Fleury on Jaromir Jágr. And now Sullivan comes back for Pittsburgh. Leaves it there. Malkin was tripped up a bit by Jágr, but keeps on going. Gino to the left side of Neal. Neal against Coburn, who took it away from him. And now Reed up the boards for Jaromir Jágr. And Depre backs up on him, now steps up. Forces a turnover, but the puck hits something over there on the far side up in the bench. And the whistle blows. It's time for tonight's Miller Lite Taste Greatness moment.
And here it is, the old set play. A feed from Orpik to Malkin. Cradles that puck back and forth. Goes 5-hole on Brizgalov. It's 3-2. Quick hands. Talk about quick feet. Marc-Andre Fleury. Holy flexible Gumby bat down there to make that save on Jágr.
Now Brooks Orpik takes it, and time becoming the enemy of the Penguins. We're down to 2:28 to go here in this third period. And it's taken by Depre. The Penguins just having a tough time scoring goals on the road lately. It's unfortunate. They've dominated at times territorially, a lot of shots. And goalies have just been standing on their heads against Pittsburgh. And there's Orpik coming now to the Flyer zone, feeds it to the corner. Sometimes you wonder if it's the goalies or the Penguins just aren't doing the little things to score more goals, but they've scored only 9 in their last 4 games. Now here comes Stahl, though, barging in. Stahl lost control. Kennedy to the puck and didn't get enough on it to get it to the goal. Now out to the point in Orpik to Niskanen. Takes the pass, shoots the puck. It hits a Flyer. And it's going to be cleared up the near side and out by Max Talbot. But over to play the puck was Orpik. Finds Tyler Kennedy somehow. Coburn stepped up on him. They can't get it out. Kunitz holds it in for Niskanen. Shot. Glove save by Bryzgalov, and he decides he'd better stop play.
Yeah, well, he gave up a late goal, did Bryzgalov, last night to the Buffalo Sabres. Sabres stealing a point out of that game after being up 3-0. They tied it 4-4 late before Giroux ended it in overtime, and Marc-Andre Fleury skates to the bench. The Penguins have the extra attacker. Both teams have used their timeout, so this puck should be dropped within 5 seconds of that whistle blowing. It's already blown by the linesman. There, he blew it again. And you just line up because he might drop it. Be careful.
Stahl to take the draw against Maxime Talbot. To the corner, Flyers get it. Coburn clears it, past Sullivan, over to play it. Malkin fakes one way, sends it back up the other way to Sullivan, who is able to slip it along for Pascal Dupuis, and he comes ahead for the Penguins, drives it around the horn. Stahl over to get it, and Giroux trying to get it out. Dupuis in there also. Coburn falls down on top of the puck. Dupuis digging in there to get it away from him. Now it's Dupuis. Look at this battle of sticks here. Finally, Neal gets a stick on it, but Giroux over to play it behind the net. It skips past Kunitz to Reed. Matt Reed off the boards. A minute to go in this hockey game. Talbot comes to center. Empty net down to our left. Penguins have the extra attacker on. James Neal with it. Oh, man. Talbot's out there trying to find that empty net. And finally, the Penguins get it going north. Neal dumps it in. It hits a leg. Comes to Giroux. Banks it ahead. Yager with an empty net. Shoots for the empty net. Misses it. 40 seconds to go in the game. Dupuis chips it ahead now to Gino. Malkin comes to center and into the Flyer zone. Malkin pulls up, looks for a trailer. Neal. Malkin pokes it free. Stahl gets control of the puck. Jordan Stahl up the boards now for Malkin. 25 seconds to go. Malkin with a slap shot. Save made by Bryzgalov, and he somehow corralled the rebound with Neal right there on the doorstep. And the Flyers clean up that area in front of the net as Coburn gets his hands up.
Well, they got there late. The Penguins were standing all around as that puck floated to Bryzgalov. But the play that Stahl made in traffic on the wall there really impressed me. Got it back to Malkin, and Malkin was able to float it into the net. But Jordan Stahl really made a great play under duress on the wall. Just the patience of a guy that's really taken his game to another level.
It's off here. Speaking of taking your game to another level, Jordan Stahl's going to have a chance to win it. And who's it against?
Matt Cook's way over on the far wall as Kunitz comes off the ice for Pittsburgh.
It took the linesman a long time to drop the puck last time, and Talbot won the draw. Let's see what he does this time. Stahl's stick is down. It has to be. He's the road player, and it's up for grabs, and the Flyers win the draw. So Talbot wins 2 key faceoffs in his own zone at the end of the game. And now it is an offside play on the Flyers.
You know what happened there? Stahl actually kicked that puck back on that faceoff, but the Flyers got it. You know, Stahl turned his body, kicked the puck back. The Flyers got that offensive zone draw. Let's take a look at the draw. I believe Stahl with his skate right there kicks it, but the Flyers jump that draw, and the Penguins have nobody in the second tier.
Now we're down to 14.8 to go.
Here's Malkin way down the bottom of you can't see, but he's at the bottom of your screen, way out to the right wing side, which would be over this area. There he is.
And Stahl takes another face-off, this time against Claude Giroux, who pulls it back to Mazzaros. Stahl gets a stick on it. 10 seconds to go. Penguins have to hurry to the Flyers zone. Malkin flying into Philadelphia territory. Here he is. Fakes the shot. Lets it go. And the stick save made by Bryzgalov. And the puck sails into the netting, and we'll get a face-off to the left of the Flyer goal. One more chance if the Penguins can win a clean face-off.
It's still amazing to me that the Penguins are able to get that kind of quality shot off a face-off. Look at this play. The 2 stars in Stahl and in Malkin. What a play by Malkin to get Mazzaros to stand up with just even get another clean opportunity. You go forward with this draw. Jordan Stahl could. He's a left-handed face-off man. There's enough time to win it back to Malkin and make a pass over to Dupuis. No, Dupuis comes off. Penguins aren't sure. And the referee's going to send Dupuis back on the ice. That's okay because he's a left-handed shot. If they get it back, he can open up.
Giroux against Stahl again. 3 seconds to go. Malkin tried to get it to Dupuis. It was broken up. Giroux got it and cleared it, and the horn sounds. And the Philadelphia Flyers survive the onslaught by the Penguins in the third period.
And I'll tell you, That puck came back to James Neal. He just fanned on the shot. If it had come through to Dupuis, he had a big one-timer. Neal got it. He just fanned on the shot. They had what they wanted, and Evgeny Malkin, McDonald's player of the game for the Penguins, with a 2-point effort and 5 shots, but a valiant effort falls short. It was a slow start for the Penguins. It built, but it just fell short.
Lesson learned. And the Philadelphia Flyers draw the first win of the 6-game